Dakota's hiring. We stayed open for business during the pandemic, and now businesses are growing so fast our workforce can't keep up. That's why I'm lending a hand. We have 25,000 open positions. Here in South Dakota, you'll never pay a penny in personal state income tax. And we accept most out-of-state professional licenses.
Wait, aren't you Governor Noem?
Yes, I am. It's my first day.
South Dakota. Freedom works here.
You ever wake up and realize that the US government is basically that one friend who insists on doing a group project alone, but still expects everyone to get an A? The friend who shows up to math class in a cowboy hat and sits on a horse and somehow convinces everyone that grading your homework is optional. Yeah, that's our Homeland Security Secretary right now. $220 million in taxpayer money paid to Kristi dog-killing Noem's friends? That's right. Today we're diving into the DHS ad scandal no one's talking about, starring Kristi Noem, her Groupon filler face on a horseback, a mysterious Delaware LLC, and your taxpayer dollars doing a slow motion rodeo into hell. And real quick, I'm Lauren Paritra. Please take a moment to subscribe, share this video with a friend, hit that notifications bell, and actually please turn notifications on because currently we have a lead against Katie Miller, who is the wife of Stephen Little Bitch Miller, the architect of so much of this terror, a white nationalist from Santa Monica with a Dracula type potbelly, and we cannot allow voices like that to drown out the correct ones. So the only way this works is if we choose each other. So hit subscribe. We are in this together. Let's act like it. So back to the circus. The DHS decided that the best way to stop illegal immigrants was making commercials. $220 million in taxpayer cash went into to produce something that looks like a poor man's Jeep ad directed by a confused intern with a borderline obsession with Mount Rushmore.
Why do I love these wide open spaces? They remind me of why our forefathers came here, not just for its beauty, but for the freedom only America provides. I'm Kristi Noem. From the cowboys who tamed the West, to the titans who built our cities, to the dreamers who chased the impossible, America has always rewarded vision and grit.
Kristi, dog-killing Noem, in freaking chaps and a cowboy hat, fully on, sits on a horse and sternly warns immigrants, break our laws and we'll punish you. And of course, it wasn't just any ad company getting this money. No, most of it, $143 million of our taxpayer dollars, went to a mysterious Delaware LLC called Safe America Media, created literally days before the contract was awarded. The office, a random Republican operative's house in Virginia, staffed by 5 people. Sure, that seems totally capable of handling nine-figure federal contracts. Meanwhile, the people actually filming and producing the ads, a firm called The Strategy Group, CEO Ben Yoho, married to Trisha McLaughlin, who is Noem's chief DHS spokesperson.
Well, suspicious. But what do you say to those who watch that and other videos that they're seeing themselves? I mean, this is not just the mainstream media. This is people are seeing these videos and they're concerned that a place like Minnesota is turning into a police state, and they're going up to U.S. citizens asking for ID and using
I think that there's a lot of fear mongering going on. I think by the media.
But it's not. Hold on. Let me just correct you right there. They're watching these videos and using their independence of mind. It's not the media.
No, actually.
Corey Lewandowski, Noem's top advisor, is also heavily involved. Let me translate this for you. Your tax dollars went directly to Noem's inner circle while she lectured others about not breaking the law. It gets better. The Strategy Group previously got $8.5 million from South Dakota state funds under Noem's governorship. Some of that money went to Madison Sheehan, now second in command at ICE, for consulting. And by consulting, we mean helping friends make millions off of public money. The ads themselves, somewhere between a political PSA nightmare and a Jeep commercial, a low budget one with a Western theme. One moment, Noem talks about cowboys taming the West. The next, images of Trump Tower flash on the screen because naturally, why not?
Our greatness calls people to us for a chance to prosper, to live how they choose, to become part of something special. Anyone who searches for freedom can always find a home here. But that freedom's a precious thing, and we defend it vigorously. You cross the border illegally, we'll find you. Break our laws, we'll punish you. Harm American citizens, there will be consequences. But if you come here the right way, your American dream can be as big as these endless skies. From President Trump and me, welcome home.
The message, come here the right way or else. Somehow this was aired on Fox and Friends without raising any eyebrows. The structure of the deal is surreal. The initial contracts were split between two firms, a Louisiana Republican ad company, People Who Think, got $77 million, but the rest, $143 million, went to Safe America Media. Subcontracting work quietly to Strategy Group. DHS claims that they don't select subcontractors, and McLaughlin insists that she rescued herself. Sure. And I don't pick lottery numbers either, but somehow I still end up on the ground when gravity hits. Yoho, who's now 38, had been a national political advertising player since college. Tens of millions flowed into his firm from Republican campaigns, with Kristi "Dog-Killing Noem being a particularly lucrative client. He was in her 2022 gubernatorial campaign, attended her inauguration, and even helped produce ads starring Noem, dressed as a dentist, plumber, and state trooper.
Recently, we led the nation in new home building, but we're still growing so fast. We need to hire more builders to keep up. So I'm pitching in. South Dakota is the freest state in the nation. We have no state income tax, and we offer apprenticeship training, so you can get right to work.
South Dakota. Freedom works here.
We're gonna call that a skylight. I'm Governor Kristi Noem, and I'm still talking about all the great job openings in South Dakota. I've even been lending a hand, and I wasn't very good at it. But thankfully, thousands of freedom-loving Americans responded and are moving here to pitch in. But there's always room for more. So come work in South Dakota, the freest state in America. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got my real job to do.
South Dakota. Freedom works here.
Public funds, private gain, zero surprise. By the time Noem became Department of Homeland Secretary, Yoho's companies and PACs continued getting payments while Sheehan rose to second in command at ICE. Meanwhile, the ad budget tripled. The contracts bypassed competitive bidding by invoking a national emergency. And somehow all of this counts as by the book. People just want health care. People want student loan forgiveness. But instead, here's what we get. Let's recap it. $220 million, Mount Rushmore cowboy Kristi Noem with her Groupon filler face, a company that didn't exist a week ago, got that money. Subcontractors married to top Department of Homeland Security staff, millions in public funds flowing into private hands. And the official reaction, everything's fine. We followed the rules. Yes, a democracy, a perfect mix of bullshit, nepotism, and tax-funded cosplay. And somehow we're not even surprised. And before you go, let me say this. If you care about following the truth instead of this circus, subscribe. Turn notifications on and share this video with somebody who still thinks the government oversight is real. Because the only way we make sure corruption doesn't become a spectator sport is if we actually show up and call it out. And if you don't, the people keep playing the same hide the salami with taxpayer money, and they win by default. This is how we choose each other. Hit subscribe. Let's keep our foot on the gas and keep calling out this bullshit. I'm Lauren Paritra, and we'll be back with more.